may know narcissism from what you've experienced in your family, perhaps at work, or in your relationships. I call these experiences micro-narcissistic environment structures. Let's explore how narcissistic paradigms exist in larger groups, like organizations and countries. I call these groups macro-narcissistic environment structures. Let's start by talking about gaslighting and fear. The concept of gaslighting, which is a form of mental abuse, in which false information is presented, with the intent of making a victim doubt his or her own memory, perception and sanity. Gaslight creates manipulation of truth and imposition of fear. Let's now examine the gaslighting process in macro-environment structures. If gaslighting, in micro-environment structures, cause the individual to lose the sense of what is right and wrong, rational or impractical, perception of what is truth or not, gaslighting in macro-environment structures cause all the effects collectively. Not one individual, but hundreds of millions with the sole purpose to facilitate manipulation and earn profit from it. All we know about life in our world is the textbooks. We were placed in an educational system and started regurgitating whatever we're told, without ever questioning it. Like rats in a lab, we then were graded accordingly, raised not to make a difference in life, and to be always obedient. Knowledge has always been forbidden. Here's a small sample of what I'm talking about. Cigarettes are good for you. One of the most deadly gaslighting ever told. For more than 50 years, companies concealed evidence as their products were addictive health hazard. As a matter of fact, cigarette companies used to promote coffins nails as healthy. Take a look on the following images and see them for yourself, the macrostructure and narcissistic gaslighting process, and their endorsements. Cigarette companies, for half a century, used positions to cover up the fact that smoking was killing people. Not convinced about macro-narcissistic structure gaslighting? You can certainly find more examples, if you want to. Just search and you'll find it. For instance, search for sodium fluoride, also known as rat poisoning. People are gaslighted to live in fear, because it's very easy to manipulate people in and with fear. The imposition and the manipulation through fear have been imposed on the human race for thousands of years, because it comes from a level of knowledge that understands how the wavelength of fear work in our body, minds and spirit. It understands, therefore, if we can be manipulated to a state of fear, we're disconnecting ourselves from our real self and our ability to align our body, mind and soul. Who we really are. Fear is slow and long wavelength. Love, on the other hand, is a short and fast wavelength. When we are in a state of love, we reconnect to who we really are by realigning our body, mind and soul. The pressure has been to keep us in fear, keep us in conflict. It's been understood by malignant narcissists that by outside influences, manipulation, propaganda, etc., the way we're able to perceive ourselves can be manipulated. Through this process, our ability to perceive and understand ourselves are ordinarily powerless, creating a physical, mental and spiritual experience in ourselves of being ordinary and powerless. Therefore, billions of people on this planet are being manipulated through the process of indoctrination to create a lifetime of ordinary and powerless existence. Do narcissists go after the strong or the fearful? When you understand the effects of being gaslighted for so long, you understand its consequences and then are able to realign yourself. At this level, you get stronger and capable of defeating the malignant narcissistic structures that have tried to keep you a prisoner in your own mind with fear from their imposition and manipulations. Or the so-called gaslighting. Knowledge development spiral is simple. Knowledge development is like going around a mountain. You keep facing the same view, but you see it from a completely different angle. So in the knowledge development spiral, as you gain knowledge, you face exactly the same experience, but then you understand metacognition and say, why I see all this the way I do. What does it say about me and my level of understanding about all this? What is there to learn? Same experience, different perception level. Higher level of knowledge. Comprehending narcissistic systems will allow you to recognize who's who in society. The reason there's so much disinformation and people focusing on microstructures instead of allowing knowledge to understand the big picture or macrostructures. Don't forget to always follow the money to find out the origins of macro-narcissistic structures. It's all about gaslighting to create fear in order to manipulate to obtain profit without any resistance. As I've indicated before, narcissists are aware of the consequences of what they do and who they are. That's the reason micro and macro narcissistic structures create gaslight, so that there won't be resistance, because their targets have been gaslighted to live in fear. Thank you for watching this video. Please, remember, knowledge is power.